because it was a better start. I've touched on it before. I liked Game 3. A little bit of a slower start, though, and then we got to our game, played really well in that game, and obviously like second and third period of Game 2 as well. So, but tonight, right out of the gate, first shift, top guys were really good, and the rest of the team kind of followed suit. I thought we were engaged, physically focused, and just like on top of it mentally. And we get a goal, gets called back, they score first. We just stayed with it and continued to play with some confidence and skating and puck movement. That was the best our execution's been in the series for sure.
The second goal, Eric Johnson's goal, I think it started with Nate and Arturi winning a puck battle together, kind of along the boards in the corner there, and then Mikko kicks it out to Eric. Is that just an example of what you were hoping to see, where it's not one guy working hard and four guys watching and everyone kind of interchangeable?
Exactly. So Nate, first of all, he stays on the puck. And the second and third effort and the determination just to keep it alive and wait for support to come as quick as they can. Arturi was caught in the other corner, comes all the way through, and then they're battling, and then Mikko gets down there and gets on top of it. I mean, it's what you have to do. You rarely, unless there's a major breakdown, are you going to score without a second and third effort in the playoffs. You can in regular season at times, but it takes more. The game, it demands more come this time of the year. And there were times in this series where we just didn't give more, and we didn't win. But tonight, I felt like throughout our lineup, obviously led by our big guys, right? The Taser, Kale, McKinnon, Rantanen, and Lehkonen. I mean, they're all +3. Great night. But throughout our lineup, the second effort and a good conscience on the defensive side of things, engaged physically. We just look so much quicker. I couldn't even recognize the team we were in Game 4, and we responded with a really good effort tonight. Now, obviously, the key is going to go do it again.
Sort of on that goal, just what does it mean to get a goal like that from Eric, your longest tenured player, after he doesn't score in the regular season, and sort of just to get that boost from an experienced guy, a guy who has been around through a lot for this team?
Yeah, huge goal for us, and probably didn't like the goal we gave up, right? I think he turns and kind of fires it, trying to do the right thing off the boards. It goes right on their F3's tape, who hammers it home, right? So that's a giveaway that we probably could have done without, but then he answers back. I mean, he just moves into the right spot. It's right after a change, unselfish play by Kale. He's tired in the offensive zone, steps off. Eric Johnson comes on. Obviously, the work by McKinnon and Lehkonen and the setup by Rantanen. But you got to do the right things in order to get rewarded, and he does it there. It's on and off his tape in a hurry. There's good screen already by McKinnon at the net front, so it's nice to see guys get rewarded for doing the right things.
Jared, seems like coming into this game a lot stacked against you guys out of the lineup, drama outside of the team, but all the focus seems like you guys are ready to play. Do you sense that even before puck drop coming into this, and just how impressed are you with the mental resolve that your guys showed tonight?
Yeah, so we've moved past all the guys out of the lineup, and that's been going on for us all year. And every team's going through; they have guys out of the lineup. It's about the 20 guys and their support from the other guys that aren't playing and still around. But it's about the 20 guys that are getting ready to play. But you you go through a range of emotions after a loss, and probably they're elevated when you didn't play as well as you could. It's one thing to go out and play your game and be sharp and then still lose. It happens, okay? But when you don't play well, there's no one to point the finger at but yourself. It's not a bad break. And that's what we did. So there's a little bit, you get a little bit more emotional after those. You feel like if it's an individual, feels like he lets his teammates down. If it's the whole team, you have to find a way to move past it and cure it. So the clarity from the coaches getting together, what message are we going to send? And we have the meeting last night. Once we came out of that meeting, we all kind of sensed, just from what's said in the room, from players, from coaches, the discussion, the clarity on what we're teaching, that you already feel better about it. And then we had another short meeting this morning and got even more clarity on some areas that we wanted to be better, and we felt like they would be. So you're already feeling, a little bit rejuvenated, and you have to be, and then you come back a few hours later for game time, and it's time to perform. And so I give a lot of credit to our guys in the room for letting that last game go. It's a big game, and this team has showed up in big games all year long.
Seattle, throughout the postseason, has not been a team that allows themselves to get into the box too often. You guys forced them out of that. So how were you able to do that more efficiently tonight? And how valuable, despite not cashing in on a power play, was that time on the advantage?
Yeah, I thought our power play was really good. I'll start there. They created a bunch of really good looks in. Pretty patient with the puck, but still had a shot mentality, good net presence, some nice plays. I thought they deserved to score tonight. But just the rhythm, it kind of helps our top guys feel good when they're creating those chances. Yeah, there can be a little frustration because you don't put it in the back of the net, but we had a crossbar. There's one word to explain why we drew the penalties, and that's simple. It's skating. We're skating. When you're skating and you're willing to hang on to the puck and challenge defenders, and you're strong on the puck with your puck protection, and you have good support, you can sometimes put a team in desperation mode where they got to take penalties. Happens to us all the time, and to be fair, like, we've been running at a deficit in the penalty department in this series, and it's because we haven't done enough. Like, we haven't done enough with the puck. Part of being a successful team on the power play is making sure that you, as a group of 20, that you're doing enough to draw power plays at key times and challenging defenders. And tonight, I thought our whole team did that.
Last couple, Peter.
This is kind of a two-part question, but the Cogliano takes that hit from Eberle. One, were you surprised that wasn't initially ruled a 5-minute and then reviewed? And then secondly, just how much does this team feed off Andrew's kind of ability to? It seems like every time he gets crunched into the boards, he's back in the game like 4 shifts later.
He is as you know, he's as tough as they come. I mean, he's not a big guy. Been playing a long time. Great leadership, and I hate seeing either guys on either team go in like that, because I don't like seeing players get hurt on either team. It's a competitive game. You want the physicality. I didn't see the original hit because it's along the boards down by our bench, and you can't see anything. But I just feel like that's why the rule is in place. It should have just been 5, and if they look at it and decide it's 2, I haven't seen a replay. I just saw a short replay on the bench because the screens change into different things. But that's why they have the rule, right? That's why I like that rule too. So there's no mistakes. You rule it a 5. You take a look at it. If you think it's 2, great. I can't comment on if I feel like it should have been 5 or not because I didn't see it. But if it's questionable, just call. You have the time to go over the box and say 5, and then take a nice look at it, and then you're making the right call.
Last 2, Bennett, then Ryan.
You tampered with your lines tonight, especially the top 6. When you sort of are thinking about making changes like that, is there anything sort of differently that you consider for an elimination game? And then did you like how that worked out going into Game 7?
I did like the way it worked out. We won. Not really different for Game 7, because you're playing, like, honestly, you're playing every game like it's the most important game. That's a game you're playing. It's Game 1, it's Game 2, it's Game 3, it's Game 4. It doesn't matter. Game 7, it's still the most important game, on the docket. So there's lots of things I consider, but I don't really want to share them all at this point.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Finally, with the way Alexander played tonight, what was your thoughts on his performance, but also what did you think of the effort in front of him? Because it seemed like high danger chances were something they were getting a lot of in this series, or as if tonight it seemed like you were able to limit those.
Yeah, well, again, my thoughts really haven't changed on his game. He's given us a chance to win every night. He's been sharp, But there's a goal here or there that goes in. It's, they were creating some really good chances. It's hard to fault him. He's been under siege in a lot of first periods and held us in the game within 1, within 2, where we still feel like we have a chance and can try to get our game in order to win. He's come up big at key moments. Tonight, I like the game even more because we didn't make him have to be great. He made the key saves at key times. He made all the saves he was supposed to make and then some. And our team did a nice job limiting those chances. And that's what you want to see. But he's been good for us. Yep.
Thanks, sir.
Yep. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.